Hello. Oh, excuse me. So let me ask you, what is the most delicious and grossest smelling fruit of them all? Yes, it is. It's the durian, and I'm a little bit embarrassed to admit that I am a durian lover. Yes, I do love that stinky fruit. Comment down below if you're with me, show me some support. I will see some gross smiles, I know. So I'm going to take you to Malaysia. First half, I'm going to show you Mandarin Oriental, and it's the birthplace of this wonderful invention called the durian pancake. It is my favorite way to indulge this really strange fruit. And then I'm going to take you to no other place than Durian Man. They are the one responsible to bring this stinky fruit all over the world. And this is just the beginning of me sharing with you all my favorite foods around the world. So stay tuned and comment down below what else would you like me to try and share with you. I love eating, and I can't wait to share all the things I indulge in with you. We're Mandarin Oriental. This is my favorite place to have durian pancakes. We didn't make a booking because we didn't know how long we were going to take with all the other places, so they're booked out. But hopefully she's going to make a table for us just to have the pancakes. So they've been really nice and given us like 15-20 minutes to have our pancakes, but they are fully booked out today. So this place has really nice yum cha. If you're here with family, it's a really nice place to just have a peaceful dim sum, because generally when you have a Cantonese yum cha in Melbourne, it's actually very loud. But here they come and take your orders, and it goes straight to the kitchen, and you can see all the chefs hard at work delivering, making the yum cha for you. There's chocolate mooncakes. So this is the reason why I love Malaysia so much. So we have here, they call it pancake, durian pancakes, but it's really thin like a crepe, but super soft. And it's encasing really soft cream and the best durian. So it's Musang King durian. If you come to Malaysia, there are a lot of variety of this fruit, and Musang King is the creamiest, quite sweet, and the texture is very velvety and creamy. Let's try it. Look, it's like pillow soft. Look how soft it is. It's intense durian without the watery sensation that you might get when you buy durian in Australia. It's dry and it's smooth and it's so creamy. It's definitely an acquired taste, but if you like durian, you will love these pancakes. If you come to Asia, you'll realize that the better quality hotels and apartments, such as this one, will not allow you to bring durian inside. So even though this place serves durians, it's served nice and chilled as a dessert because the smell is not too pungent. Apparently, you're supposed to have durian with coffee because it tastes good. I did not know that. It's so pretty, look. So I've never seen this, but apparently they have chocolate mooncakes here. There's dark milk and white chocolate. Obviously, I'm gonna try the dark one first. It's really good chocolate. There's a praline gluten in there, which makes it crispy. There's a thin layer of chocolate brownie, which makes it really chocolatey intense. And there's the chocolate ganache to make it nice and velvety, and it's encased in Malaysian single origin chocolate. So it tastes like a fancy brownie with chocolate cream around it. It's really nice. Alright, I'm gonna try the milk chocolate now. Okay, I'm not sure about this one because it's pandan caramel and I don't quite like pandan. And it's got biscuit pearls and passion fruit ganache. Passion fruit really works with chocolate, so the taste is quite nice. It really tastes like a fancy dessert. Ooh, Jaya, my favorite chocolate. So, green tea peanut crunch, matcha white chocolate ganache. It tastes peanutty, but it's a little bit sweet for me, that one. The other two are fantastic. So we're gonna try Durian Lotus and red bean. But before that, this is the pandan flavor with single egg yolk. You see that? All right, yeah. So this is pandan mooncake, and what you see in the middle is salted egg yolk, which is my favorite. It's quite an acquired taste again. It's creamy and the texture is not crumbly but almost, and it just breaks and melts in your mouth. But it's a little bit salty. And the reason I like it is it balances out the sweetness of all the Asian desserts that surrounds it. I'm gonna eat one. I don't like pandan, but I actually like this one. It's really nice. I like the egg yolk texture is perfect. It's creamy, crumbly, just mildly salted. And the creaminess of the pandan flavored bean is really nice. I would describe the texture between like butter and chestnut, pureed chestnut. It's got that kind of creaminess, but you can still feel the mild graininess of it, but it's not like a harsh grain on in your mouth. Very smooth. Taste different? Bitter, is it? There's so many. Alright, yeah, that's enough. So this place has been open since 1998 and it's been supplying durian to the locals and to tourists for over 20 years. And the durian comes in fresh every day around afternoon time. So if you want to have a look at the truck coming in, that's about 2 to 3 o'clock. And it's a huge truck and they come with so many varieties. And the workers here are very experienced. They can hold a durian and tell what type it is. There's over 10 types sold here. And when they open it, they actually look a little bit different. Like, for somebody who's not used to looking at the variety like me, I can see that one's a bit more golden, one's a little bit more on the orange side. But what I find really surprising was that I thought coming here I would be a little bit overwhelmed with the smell because there's so many durians. But the ventilation is great, and because the fruit is actually really fresh, you don't get that pungent, strong smell that you get from frozen durian that are defrosted. Okay, enough talking, let's eat. So they give you these gloves to wear. Unless you want stinky hands for the rest of the day, I recommend you use these gloves. There is a place to wash your hands as well. And I really strongly recommend that you order mangosteen. If you don't, you might end up with a sore throat for the rest of your trip. But if you eat enough mangosteen, you will feel that it will freeze your throat after you eat your durian. And I'll show you how to open them soon. Alright, I'm going to try the D24 first because I haven't tried this one before. Look at that. So that's a really good piece of durian because it's not watery and it's soft. He said that the taste is bitter, but I don't think it's the correct translation. This one tastes more like a chestnut. It's like nuttier. see the flesh is quite nice, but it's quite intense, okay? The flavor is very intense. I'm gonna compare it to my favorite Musang King. So that's the seed. And there's a basket you can throw away. It's actually really intense. I'm in durian heaven. I think I'm having an overdose with durian with a pancake in this actually. Alright, I need a drink. Look how fresh this coconut is. Right, I'm going to show you how to open a mangosteen, okay? You hold it like this. Like this. Okay. And then you use this part to squish it. And then you'll feel it crack. Then you can open it like that. Oh, look at that. That one's perfect. The big one have a little bit of a seed and the little ones don't. And you'll find that this is really, really fragrant fruit. It's actually one of my favorite fruits. It's juicy, it's very, very, very lightly tangy, slightly tart, but really fragrant. So good. Yeah, I can't explain it to you, but it's like fruit heaven here. And like you can look around and everyone's just so excited about the durian and having the coconut, and the people working here are durian experts. They can pick up a durian and know exactly what it is. If you look at the durian from the outside, there's like a very light variation between the spike size. So you'll see some durians have a bigger spike, like Musang King has fatter spikes, whereas for example, I think they're called udang merah, but in translation it means red prawn, because the durian has like a little bit of an orange along here. It looks a little bit orange, so it looks like the pattern of a cooked prawn. And the spikes of that one is actually quite skinny and long, more like an echidna. Find the one you like, but for sure you can't go past Musang King as the best durian. So try Musang King and perhaps one more when you come here. So I hope you enjoyed watching this episode on durian. It's one of my favorite fruit. It is definitely an acquired taste. If you look around on other YouTube channels, you'll see other people trying it for the first time, and it's quite not the best reaction. Let's just put it that way. That's the nicest way I can say it. So this is also the place where it imports to Australia, but unfortunately when we get it, it's already been frozen and it gets defrosted. It's still pretty good, but not as good as obviously having it fresh. So the best way to describe it is, you know, when you put vegetables in the freezer and the membranes get a little bit damaged, because what happens is that the water content will expand as it freezes into ice, and therefore it pushes all the membranes, and when you defrost it, it looks a little bit wilted. So that's what happens to the durian that we receive in Australia. It's still pretty good, but not as good as having it fresh here. So if you get an opportunity to come to KL, catch a taxi. It's about half an hour ride from the main city to SS2. That's the suburb where it's the town of durian. And if you want the best durian, come to Durian Man. That's where they supply and export to everywhere. The people here are experts in them, and they can distinguish between 11 different varieties and explain to you which one is which. But the variety is huge. Come give it a go, and let me know in the comments down below if you've tried it before, if you like durian, if you hate it. If you do hate it, have you actually tried a fresh one? I would love to hear from you. Don't forget, if you want to see more adventures of me traveling around or have a look at any recipes I make, don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on notifications. See you later.